What's happening, YouTube? Good morning, guys. You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels. We got some business news to share with you guys today. Just announced three major airlines are breaking away from United Airlines and have decided not to mandate COVID-19 vaccination shots for their unvaccinated workers. If you guys watch the channel regularly, you probably saw the video we did a couple days ago within the last week about how United Airlines is going to mandate the COVID-19 vaccine for all their employees, including pilots, mechanics, gate workers, customer service, etc. And I think the deadline they gave was either once it gets FDA approval or by September 20th, whichever comes first. So if September 20th winds up rolling around before any of the COVID vaccines have official FDA approval, right now it's only emergency approval or emergency authorization, they would force everybody to take the shots even prior to the formal FDA approval. And in that article, the CEO of United Airlines was quoted as saying, I hope that all the other major carriers will get on board with me. Essentially, he didn't want customers to have the choice to boycott his airline because of that decision. And I imagine there's some employees out there, there's some probably pilots for United, there's probably some mechanics from United who, if United wasn't the only one to do that, they may say, I don't have anything necessarily against the vaccine, but I don't feel it's my employer's I don't think it's my employer's right to dig into my medical history. I don't think my employer has the authority to force me to put something into my body. And, I'm going to tell United to kick rocks, and I'm going to go be a mechanic for Southwest. So it sounded like the United CEO was hoping that all major airlines would kind of, have a united front and kind of all make this move. And I kind of thought that was a foregone conclusion. I thought for sure before making that announcement, the CEO of United probably would have talked to the other CEOs and tried to get them on board. But to my surprise, I saw this article this morning. Three major airlines will not mandate shots for their unvaccinated workers. And those airlines include Southwest Airlines, American Airlines, and Delta Airlines. And this is one of those situations where you can vote with your pocketbook. If you're somebody who says, I think vaccines are all well and good. I'm glad they're available for people who want them. I'm glad, my older relatives or my immune compromised relatives who probably really need it can get it. But, it's not something that it's not a situation where I feel that employers or government should be able to force somebody to get it. And, I don't want to support a company like United who kind of oversteps that boundary, and they can choose to fly with Delta or Southwest instead. And on the flip side, if somebody says, COVID-19 is a national travesty, this is so dangerous, this is so bad, even though this is kind of wrong, forcing employees to do things, I feel like it's justified in this situation, and I'm glad United did it. And I'm going to support an airline like United. So, now kind of people have the choice to do that. I think ultimately, at the end of the day, most people probably are gonna go with whatever airline has the biggest seats and the best prices. But this may be a deciding factor for some. Let's hop into this article. So again, this one comes to us from CNN Travel. Three major airlines will not mandate shots for their unvaccinated workers. The CEOs of Southwest Airlines, American Airlines, and Delta Airlines say they are not requiring unvaccinated employees to receive the shots, breaking with United Airlines' mandate that workers get vaccinated by, I was wrong on the date, October 25th, or face getting fired. In an internal memo obtained by CNN, Southwest Airlines CEO Gary Kelly said the airline will continue to strongly encourage that workers get vaccinated, but the airline stance has not shifted. And I think that's the right stance to take, right? I think we're kind of doing a disservice to society as a whole when we treat people who don't want a COVID-19 vaccine like anti-vaxxers. Like, are there some anti-vaxxers out there? Absolutely. But I would say the vast majority of people are vaccinated against, smallpox, polio, have the mRNA vaccine. The majority of people aren't against vaccines. They just, for whatever reason, don't want this vaccine, whether they did their own risk assessment and said, I don't think COVID is that dangerous to me, or whether they're uneasy because of how hard the government is pushing it, or, how relatively new it is. So I think most people aren't anti-vax. Just because you don't want this vax doesn't mean you're anti-vax. And I also think we do a disservice when we kind of dumb the discussion down to, people think they have chips in their arms. There are plenty of legitimate reasons to be cautious or be hesitant without having to be a QAnon conspiracy theorist. Not that there's even anything wrong with that. But getting back into the article, obviously I'm very concerned about the latest Delta variant and the effect on the health and safety of our employees and our operation, but nothing has changed, Kelly said. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian told Good Day New York on Tuesday that 75% of its workforce has already been vaccinated, even without a company-wide mandate. Situation for new hires. In May, Delta became the first major carrier to require that all new hires be vaccinated. United Airlines made a similar announcement in June. I think there's some additional steps and measures we can take to get the vaccine rates even higher, but what we're seeing is every day as those numbers continue to grow, Bastian said. Both announcements follow a New York Times podcast interview with American Airlines CEO Doug Parker, who said the airline is giving workers who get vaccinated by the end of the year, one extra vacation day in 2022. We certainly encourage it everywhere we can, encourage it for our customers and our employees, but we're not putting mandates in place, said Parker. In a statement, American Airlines said there was no update at this time to its vaccination policy. We strongly are encouraging our team members to get vaccinated, and we are offering an incentive for those who do. So in my opinion, this is kind of the right stance. Encourage it, make it available, give employees time off if they want to get it. If you want to give them a reward like $100 or an extra vacation day off, cool, more power to you. Just don't force it on people who don't want it, and don't be nosy digging into your employees' medical situations. As always, would love to hear your guys' take on this situation, so go ahead and drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.